than basic. It's a portion of his rap, but the chorization is important like a pack of some more observations. They're important like the fact that we're bored of fake shit. More creative, have the floor, so take it. Travel to the tour is a normal placement.
Hey guys, thank you, all of you who have expressed your concern and frankly, dismay that we've hadn't been on our regular posting schedule. I am extremely gratified and feel nothing but gratitude for your concern. You know, I'm just glad to know that you guys are listening. You know, like we honestly half the time don't know if anybody heard anything that we said. The fact you guys are saying that, yes, I heard what you said and I want to hear more of it, and why are you late and you're an asshole? Like, I appreciate that greatly. You have no idea how that helps me to keep going. So we're going to get back to regular posting schedule soon. We've made some production changes. We've got a producer who's coming on full time, and things are going to be better in the future. They're already better right now. You probably notice that the audio sounds better than it ever has before. This is kind of the thing that we were doing in this short little hiatus here. So again, just thank you. I appreciate it. And don't pull your Patreon sponsorships yet. We haven't gone anywhere. Don't panic. We're going to get you your fix for Tattoo with Children, which is what you're listening to, Tattoo with Children. I am the host, Flavor Ray, and C-A. Across from me and CB is the Dread Pirate Benjamin, and across from us both is the man who has the knowledge. He doesn't have knowledge. He knows where to find the knowledge. CIO No Pain. Fellas, this mic setup's kind of dope.
What's up?
I love it.
This is really nice. We're getting clear audio. We're getting some voice mixing here we've never had before.
It's really bright in here.
Well, yeah, the lights. We have he's commenting on the overhead lights we got. These overhead lights are to illuminate my particular face in case of video. When we do the video isn't ready yet, but it's going to be ready soon. Without these lights, I would basically be working for as an informant for the FBI. But since I don't do that, we can go and reveal my visage for all you happy people.
That is
correct.
Do that. That is correct. It does not preclude you working as an informant for the FBI. Though.
I do not work as an informant for the FBI. Not saying that I never would, but I do not currently. But I am amenable to that for the right price. Just want everybody to know that. Like, there's not a whole lot I wouldn't do for money.
I have no comment.
You a hoe.
For real. Not only I'm a good hoe. I'm gonna get your money, Daddy. All right. So listen. I know that I may be the only one who follows shit that I don't want to talk about, but I do. And sometimes I get so full of that shit I gotta say something about it. I have to say something about this, even though I know that no one really wants to talk about this. Iowa. Iowa.
Who says I don't want to talk about? I don't want to talk about
You had one fucking job, Iowa. One singular position in this country, first in the nation. And what do you do? What do you do with it? You shit the bed repeatedly to the point where literally no one knows what the fuck is going on. Literally, we don't even know who won your election. We don't know who got your delegates. So we got Pete over here who's claiming victory. We got Bernie over here who's claiming victory. And both their supporters are at each other's throats. Like, if you could see some of the shit that I read.
Okay, so let's be real clear about this, though. While we don't know, it appears very unknowable.
Yes.
Most of the information leans towards Mayor Pete won.
Yeah, most of the information does lead that way.
I think it's a real disservice for Bernie to claim anything close to a win, because the truth is, if you're just looking at the outside information, if you don't have a horse in the race,
right,
right?
Right.
Mayor Pete clearly won.
Yes.
In other words, he came from number one. He came from so far back,
Yeah.
and at the very least, he finished in the top 2.
Like literally before this caucus,
Right.
Pete was not really in the running.
There were Did you see that great video of that lady wanting her vote back?
Yeah. That was, oh God.
That is probably
lady,
one of the greatest. She's like, wait a minute. He's
he does
gay.
what with who?
He's gay? Can I
Wait.
have my vote back?
Do they like
Yeah.
do stuff in the bedroom?
Right.
Like, oh God, that lady. Bless
It
her
was,
heart.
and she was just like, and the poor woman talking to her was trying to be so nice. She was like,
She
ma'am,
was.
you can't have your vote back. And she's like, but I didn't know he was gay. Like, well, then you should read a book. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
This lady I was talking to her, she's like, yeah, but you understand that Pete's like a human being, like me and you.
And she's like, but you haven't read the Bible, have
But you haven't.
Like, God damn. Like, fuck off. Like,
I mean,
it
this is so good.
escalated so quickly.
It really did.
Someone needs to make a meme of her like complete surprise when she
Right.
learns that he's gay and
Right.
just put it all over it. Like,
What?
He does butt stuff?
Right,
That's
yeah.
butt stuff. Yes.
It's in his last name. Like, that's the thing that, like, it. I don't know. Well, number one, I'm always.
You can't say that shit.
I can't say that shit.
You can't say that shit.
That's
Listen,
part of pirate
all
life.
right. Go ahead and hit,
So
hit
my-
up Black Crow Kanye on Twitter to answer that one. I ain't taking that.
My
hit.
point is this. Bernie is going to win some.
Yeah, of course he is.
He just didn't win that one.
And honestly, it's okay that he didn't. See, this is what's getting me. All right, like I'm fine with whoever took the delegates out of Iowa. Why on earth are his followers wanting to challenge the outcome? Like, why would you challenge that when it doesn't really matter? Like,
Right.
if he's going to take the thing, he's going to take it handily on the national stage. It's not going to happen in Iowa. And right now, all you're doing is making yourself look stupid.
I think it's a natural tendency of people to number one overreact, But you make a good point. We got more than 6 months before the Democratic National Convention,
Right.
So there's a lot that could happen. Nate Silver. Now I don't know if our listeners know who Nate Silver is, right?
Yeah.
But Nate Silver is a statistician, right, who has successfully called the real results of every election except for Donald Trump's.
Yeah.
For the last 12 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
he got hosed on Trump because honestly, the polls coming into that election made no sense.
Right, exactly. So he's very well respected for his numbers and his numbers crunching.
Okay.
And right now he's predicting Bernie's going to dominate Super Tuesday.
Okay.
And if it comes to pass, then it comes to pass. And you guys are exactly right. It's a national thing. Right. Someone was complaining to me this morning about said, hey, did you see about what's going on in Iowa? And I said, fucking Iowans. And he goes, Mayor Pete won that,
Right.
And I was like, yeah, the likelihood is he went to Iowa and just did what he was supposed to do, which was say a lot of good things about corn.
Right.
Because
Right.
that's all that matters.
Right.
Well,
But now, of course, they all know he does butt stuff, so who knows what happens on next caucus?
Well, but again, that's what's interesting.
They
Is
should
that
have known that.
I wish the Democratic Party would get their
Shit together,
because
head out of their ass.
Well, so I tattoo a few people, and most of the people that I tattoo here in East Texas are, I would say, moderates.
Sure.
I
would agree with
they
that.
definitely tend towards conservative moderates,
Right.
or libertarian moderates. But that to say, they want to keep their guns.
Right.
They want the economy to stay strong.
Right.
They do not want people to tell them what to do.
Exactly.
And
Okay.
that's across, if you're in East Texas, whether you're registered as a Democrat or a Republican.
Yes,
That's how we all
Those
feel.
three things
Yeah.
are the same.
Yeah,
That's how we all feel.
right. Okay. So that's but there. In other words, what I'm trying to say is, out of the 10 people that I've tattooed in the last month, and it's only been that because I've been sick as a dog.
Yeah.
the 9 of them are going to vote for Trump.
Yeah.
Okay? So they don't care what the Democrats are doing, by the way.
Yeah.
And they're not that opposed. They're a lot like
Honestly,
they're a lot like us in that they like a good fight.
I'll be straight with you. If those 9 people is meant to going to vote for Trump,
Yeah.
if Trump had been removed from office last Wednesday, they wouldn't have given a fuck at all.
I don't think so either. They're more like Texans in this Super Bowl. They just wanted a good game.
Yeah.
That's it. They just wanted to watch a good game.
Yeah.
But they're like, hey, Ben, you're kind of more liberal. What are the Democrats doing?
What are they doing?
Yeah,
what is their play?
And and I'm like, well, right now they currently seem like they're all like very insistent on driving their van off in a muddy field and getting it stuck.
Yeah.
It's like, this is the perfect time, by the way, and this is where I start to get suspicious of Bernie. Because if you wanted a clear win right now, and I mean fucking clear,
right?
You cancel all your meetings for today. You call everyone who has ever met Mayor Pete and say, get me a meeting with him. And Grandpa Bernie and Mayor Pete join forces and run as a combined ticket.
That would absolutely dominate the field. There would be no point in having
but not only would it
Super Tuesday.
You say that, but they would so clearly destroy the other candidates.
Yeah.
Okay? That we would actually get down to debates and like policies and like we'd be able to play football again.
Yeah.
In that analogy.
Yeah.
Okay? Because we'd have Bernie on one part, and we'd have Mayor Pete, the younger guy, smarter guy, on the other part. We'd have the experience and the new youthful energy.
Right. Yep.
And it would destroy. We'd
have a New Englander.
Yeah.
Right. And a Midwesterner.
Yeah.
On a ticket, no matter which way you flipped it.
No matter which way you flip it.
The only question would be who is president, who's vice. That would be the only question.
And that you just turned the nomination into a two-man game.
Yeah.
Gives people a lot more chance to focus. I completely agree.
And yet, but the sad thing is, all 3 of us at this table know they're not gonna do it.
No, it's impossible.
They're not gonna even have that meeting. They're gonna keep fighting with each other, and all it really means is, come the election time, right? I am going to be binge watching some anime from 1988.
Right.
Just so I don't have to pay attention to the clusterfuck
literally
that is happening around me.
I'm going to be watching old episodes of Gigantor.
I heard someone on the news today, and by news I mean NPR.
Okay.
That's about all that I can stomach these days.
He has to watch. Literally, NPR has turned into the most liberal news outlet I've ever seen.
And it's like, I realize there's a left-leaning slant. Like, I know it, right?
It's so incredible.
There are things I disagree with, right? But it is presented in a reasonable way that allows people to actually have a discussion on the issue.
Yeah, no one is. I think what he's saying is no one's yelling on NPR.
That's
Yes.
right.
Which is what we appreciate more than anything now. It's like, I just came from yelling. Do I have to listen to yelling again?
Can I
Like,
have some peace and
literally.
quiet? Like,
Listen,
my children are
NPR.
literally. My 2 youngest children are literally at this stage of their lives running up to each other and screaming in the other one's ear.
Right.
Like, that is their fun.
Right.
And I'm
Right.
just like, I can't handle that. So anyway, the host was talking to a bunch of people about this Iowan thing, and about Pete versus Sanders, and they were like, well, obviously there needs to be a lot of vetting for Mayor Pete, right? And the one guy was like, well, Sanders needs a ton of vetting too.
Right.
And the host is like, yeah, but to be fair, he's gone through a ton of vetting over the course of the last 4 years because he's been that
Right.
in that spotlight.
He's been in that spotlight once before, at least.
So that was an interesting question. Is does it really need? Does Sanders really need any vetting at this point? For this, he's already been all the way up to the convention.
But
I know for a fact that I don't think he needs more vetting as far as his experience is concerned. But you still need to keep asking the questions you've never really answered with Sanders.
Right.
Like he just has a bunch of questions that no one's ever really gotten the answer to.
I think I don't know if that's true. The difficult. I mean, I hear where you're coming from. The difficult thing again is just how much information there is. The fact that Sanders is a career politician,
right,
means that automatically he's going to lose, I would argue, close to 40% of the vote. See, this is one of the biggest things that, especially my liberal friends, and I have liberal friends, I have conservative friends, I have moderate friends, I have friends of all types. I'm not friends with people based on their political leanings. But one of the things that a lot of liberals miss is why Trump won in the first place. No one wants to look at that. And they say, well, it's because I don't want to look at these conservative policies. And I keep saying, guys, it's not conservative policies.
Yeah.
Literally, he won because he is not a career politician. This is why I think Sanders should develop a relationship with Mayor Pete, because Mayor Pete is not a lifetime politician. The second problem with Sanders, besides the fact that he's a lifetime politician, and it is a problem in 2020 America, it is not what people want. You can say, well, I disagree with that. You can disagree with it all you want, but you're wrong. What
if
people
you look
want,
at who's been elected in the last 4 years, I mean, look on the Democrat side.
Right.
Who did they put in the House?
Right. And so if you have to take that. The second problem is how old he is.
Yeah.
Guys, we currently right now who is running the free world? Bezos?
Yeah.
Facebook dude? I always forget his name. Zuckerberg.
Fuck Zuck.
You don't like the Zuck?
Zuckerberg is like 12 years old. And then you got Elon Musk.
Yeah.
All these guys.
Love that guy.
All these guys are super young.
Yeah.
Okay? So like think of a CEO right now who looks over the age of 50. There isn't one. You say, well, I mean, but the guy
who's in charge of Microsoft now? Is that still Ballmer?
No. Satya Nadella.
Oh, God, yeah. Okay, keep going.
Nobody wants grandpa.
He may be over 50, but he doesn't look.
He doesn't look over 50.
But this is and that's my point. Is that even Bezos is over 50,
right?
But he doesn't look it.
No,
and
he looked more like 50 in the starting days of Amazon than he does now.
Yeah, now he's like Superfly.
Right.
He's like the baldest man in the world that's just fucking crushing the game.
See, it just goes to my theory that bald is awesome.
So I don't disagree with you, but I'm gonna go back to you cannot. This is why the Democrats are out of touch. It doesn't matter how old you are, but it does matter how old you look.
Yeah. Sanders looks like he's about 90.
Fucking Biden is not going to win. He's not. It's not even. That's like saying the Jacksonville Jaguars got a shot next year.
I mean,
like they don't.
Honestly, the thing about Biden is I like him as the dude that you invite to the party because he's so fucking funny when he gets drunk.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's like there's Uncle Joe. This is gonna be great.
Right.
Come on in, Uncle Joe.
Right. And
do that thing that you do. Do that dance. Do that funny ass dance.
And then you've got Grandma, who it doesn't matter how good Elizabeth Warren's policies are. Again,
she is literally grandma.
She is literally Grandma Tsunade.
Yes,
I think that she is.
You want no one is going to elect a 65-year-old grandma because you know why? Because every time you talk to your grandma, what does she want to know? Have you eaten your fourth meal this morning? It's like, Grandma, it's 9:30. No, I have not eaten 4 meals. She's like, you need more weight on you. Then she's going to ask if you've been to church.
Yeah.
And it's like, Grandma, no one's gone to church since 99. No, I haven't been to church, and then she's going to fucking give you a daily devotional. and be like, will you use this? And it's like, damn it, Grandma. Sure,
And
I'll
all
take
you
your
wanted-
fucking daily devotional.
All
I
you
would-
wanted was some of those butter cookies out of that tin, and the
Right.
second you opened that tin, it was filled with sewing supplies, and
Right.
now you're really pissed off.
I would really love it if she is elected and then people visit the White House and it's like 98 degrees in there.
Right.
Like all the, you know what I mean? It's like in the
Right.
middle of summer and all the heating is on.
Right. It's just so, and then you have to get back to that point of, okay, so who are the other candidates? No one cares.
Amy
And like,
Klobuchar, she has gotten some traction out of this thing. Some.
Sure.
Bloomberg is polling nationally 11%.
I think.
Okay.
I think the idea behind.
I'm now I have to vote for Trump.
Right.
Like you just mentioned someone that I literally could not stomach breathing the same air he breathes.
Okay, so
let me-
Bloomberg has not gotten a donor that was not a millionaire.
Right. Well, primarily because his donor is himself. So here's the thing about Bloomberg. I believe this wholeheartedly. You don't have to agree, but I believe this wholeheartedly. I believe that the people who are up in arms about Bloomberg getting special treatment by the DNC don't see the long game. Right, and this is that sums up what you feel about Democrats. Is Democrats in general do not see the long game.
Okay.
Right, the long game for Bloomberg is not for him to be nominated.
Right.
It is to provide a means to distract Trump from going after the front runners. He's literally his job is literally to use his money to troll the shit out of Trump and keep Trump's attention away from the front runners.
Okay, I mean that's fine.
It's working to a certain extent.
but I don't like. Let's just go ahead and say that then.
What about Andrew Yang?
That's not going to happen. No one. Number one, I looked it up the other day. I started trying to look it up, like how Andrew Yang made his money.
Yeah,
I couldn't even find it. Like the dude did something in tech.
it was
no one cares.
something in technology.
Yeah. Now, he did have a really interesting point on Joe Rogan. He said he thought that all law enforcement should be required to have a purple belt in jiu-jitsu to do their job,
I like that.
which I kind of love. Like, that's kind of a dope concept. And,
Yeah.
and the reason I love that is because if you've never... A lot of people think that Brazilian jiu-jitsu is similar to other styles of martial arts. It really is not. Specifically in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, you spend so long being a dog
Right.
that you basically weed out anyone with an inflated ego.
Yeah. In
You-
other
you
words,
sense-
this person is no longer afraid to get tackled
Right. This
and put
person
on the ground.
Yeah, no, because they spent 3 years. I mean, and that's the other thing about it is you cannot make belts faster in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So if you meet a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, they spent 3 years with bigger people than themselves sitting on their face,
Right.
like literally getting sweated on by people bigger than them,
Yeah.
and they are extremely confident about their ability to remove a larger obstacle off of them. So basically what you have is a bunch of super confident people.
Yeah.
Which is actually kind of rad.
Yeah.
Like I kind of thought Andrew Yang's idea was a
It's
genius.
a good idea.
People like that idea.
If they could walk up to a person and say, "Hey, you're a big motherfucker," I would choke you out.
You know what's interesting is, now that you mention that, I don't like Andrew Yang as a standalone candidate. But again, I will go back to my hypothesis. Why wouldn't Mayor Pete or Bernie take Andrew Yang as a vice president on right now?
Because everyone right now, like all the candidates that are still in this, really believe they have a shot. Like
They don't.
they really believe it.
They don't.
And that's what I think. That's why Super Tuesday will matter, right?
Yeah.
I think it'll become very clear on Super Tuesday, and I also think that Nate Silver is impeccable in his in his predictions.
He is
right?
he is very good at looking at trends
Yeah.
and making those trends
Well, I'm
make
gonna
sense in the story.
barring some sort of external factor, right?
Right.
Another health event for Bernie, some sort of external factor, right? Bernie takes Super Tuesday, and I think at that point the
All right.
Democrats have to be clear
Well,
that that's their choice.
So on February 7th at 11:25, I'm going to go against you. I think Mayor Pete's going to win Super Tuesday.
Fair enough.
All right, we got two bets. That means we got money in the pot here. If you guys listening want to throw some money in there, go ahead and hit me in the DM on Twitter or on IG, and we'll get this thing going and make some real money here.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it some more when we come back after this break.
My name ain't Mikey, but yeah, I rock. You know why? Because I don't give a fuck. That's why it doesn't matter whether.
All right, you're back with Tattoo with Children. We were talking about politics, and I think we got a feel of that for one day. I'm going to address it again, obviously, several times. I mean, because we're not really politically slanted, to tell you the truth. We don't really give that too many fucks.
No.
And I was just kind of thinking about it because I was looking at it as I was at the doctor. You know, I came from the
Okay.
doctor today.
What'd you go to the doctor for?
Because my wife.
Okay.
My wife wants to make sure that I don't die before the kids are at some age where she can deal with them.
Okay.
You know, right now they're 3 and 10, and so she knows 13 is right around the corner for the first one, and then the other one's going to come after that, and she's much bigger and stronger, and there's just a whole lot of shit that she doesn't want to deal with on her own.
Okay.
And I understand that completely, and so she wants to make sure that I don't die.
Okay.
According to this, like I went to in Lufkin, Texas, I went to Jamie Parks, who is not a doctor. She is a nurse practitioner, and that's the only doctor that I really go to is a nurse practitioner. I don't really go to doctors. Why? Because if I go to a doctor, I will see the doctor for about 13, 14 seconds
Okay.
and not give them any information, and they're going to charge me about $120.
Okay.
Whereas if I go to Jamie Parks, I just had a 30-minute talk with her about my health and about my health plans, and she charged me absolutely nothing that
Okay.
wasn't by my insurance.
Okay.
So I am just I'm over the moon about Jamie Parks because I just love the way she does business.
Okay.
And turns out that a lot of shit I thought was going to be a big issue isn't that much of an issue, like my blood pressure.
Okay.
You know, my blood pressure was above 135. I thought for sure I'd get a big lecture from that. She's like, no. You know, I mean, it's something we'll watch, but you know, you already eat pretty healthy, and there's really not really a cause for it. So we're not gonna worry about that for right now. You know, we'll just keep an eye on it and make sure it doesn't skyrocket. Like normally, go to a doctor, I get about a 30-minute lecture about how fat I am,
Okay.
and I did not get that from her. And I appreciated it because I already know how fat I am.
Okay.
You know, that's like that's not new information. That's anything I could use.
Okay.
So you know, I give a lot of shit to the medical profession, and so I was wanting to give a positive to the medical profession for once, and say Jamie Parks in Lufkin, Texas, did a great job for me today. So shout out to Jamie Parks.
All right.
I also got my ears flushed.
What
And
does what does that mean?
Well, you guys might not know this, but half the time I can't hear you out of my right side.
Okay.
It's just a thing I thought with my ears. It just like I've always had a lot of ear infections, and apparently I get this waxy buildup
Okay.
that blocks my hearing.
All right.
And so she took one look at it and said, "Yeah, we're gonna flush that shit out because you can't hear." I was
Okay.
like, "I can hear. How did she know that?" And so, yeah, I got my ear flushed, so I can actually hear you guys better than I have since the podcast started.
Okay.
So that's something I look for when a doctor like uses their or a medical professional, medical provider uses their knowledge and experience to improve my daily life. Like I think that's what healthcare is.
Okay, so I have a question. That happens to a lot of people, and a lot of the home remedy that I grew up with was you put the peroxide drops in it. And
I think that's what she did.
Okay, and you let it fizz up, you know, and it like pops and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you take that out and you drain it
Yeah, I was on my side for 20 minutes while that stuff like fizzed in my ear.
Okay.
And then they took a spray bottle with warm water and just flushing it over and over and over again until like all that shit just kind of flew out.
Okay.
And so yeah, it's just like I mean it's an ear flush. Like you can buy ear flushes in like CVS or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not an uncommon thing. It's just something that I didn't think to do. And honestly, it didn't really occur to me to do because that's just my life. You know, like
Okay.
I wake up and I can't hear on my right side. I keep going and I push on. But she was very pointed, and like I said, another doctor. Like my wife went to a doctor not too long ago. Doctor didn't spend 5 minutes with her.
Right.
You know, didn't offer one solution for a problem she was having today.
Right. So, interestingly enough, I learned this week that Q-tips were not originally made for the ear.
Yeah, you know what? I heard something about that, and so I was like, "What are Q-tips made for?" And
Right.
no one answered me. What are they made for?
Well, actually, I went down the wormhole on the internet, and the internet doesn't know either.
Okay.
So apparently, originally, they were made for like cleaning and like cleaning babies,
So like cleaning
like
the,
their noses and their butts and their like they were
Okay.
not made for the ears.
How did they get to adults?
Apparently, people like the way the cotton swab feels in the ear. So
Okay.
even though it said on the packaging in 1930, do not use this in your ear, use this to clean your baby's butt,
They stuck it in their ear anyway.
they stuck it in their ear anyway and it felt good.
And so
like
Q-tip
it-
was like, this is the market.
Right. So
Okay.
literally, Q-tip has been selling more and more Q-tips every year since 1930 because people like the way it feels.
So it's a sex thing.
Even though it says on the packaging and has since the beginning, do not stick this in your ear hole.
It's like the same way those cylindrical vibrators or massagers. You use this on your neck.
Right.
Take this and just take all that tension out of your neck.
Right. And
that's not where the tension is, baby.
Yeah,
We're gonna put it where it belongs.
Well, but that's the fascinating thing. I was just like, you got to be shitting me. Like my grandma stuck this in my ear. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
And now to find out that my grandma only stuck it in my ear because she liked how it
Because
felt.
she liked it. It wasn't because you liked it.
Right. She liked it. So I was like super like, I don't know,
See-
like I'm weirdly creeped out by the fact that like adults in my life when I was a child like liked sticking things in holes where they didn't belong.
You know, this like what bothers me is how illogical it is.
Right.
Like I thought for like the first time somebody stuck a Q-tip in my ear to clean it out.
Yeah.
I was like, this
can't be
can't
good.
work. Yeah. You're shoving shit down in deeper.
Right.
That's not how it's supposed to work, right?
Yeah.
So am I supposed to twirl it and make it like tease it out somehow with this
Right.
thing you're shoving
Yeah.
into my head?
Right. Yeah.
It's like no. You just gotta dig it out. It's like, that doesn't feel that's not gonna work.
Right.
But it did feel kind of nice.
Yeah, but apparently all medical professionals know this. The
Yeah.
Q-tips in your ears are bad. It's so bad that it is on the packaging, and I, as a human in 2020, have been doing it wrong.
I'm fascinated that it was never meant for the ear.
Yeah.
Like I thought for sure it was something they thought for the ear and it didn't work.
Right.
And
Allow
then-
me to make it even worse.
Okay.
I, as an adult, have known this for years,
Yeah.
and I don't care. I do it anyway.
See, that's
It's a sex thing.
See, I don't
Like
like
CIO
that.
is a pervert.
I don't like that. That doesn't
He's a
make me happy.
degenerate.
See,
He's a goddamn degenerate.
well, that's possible, but like I just don't. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's making me uncomfortable. Like, can
You
we-
made it. It makes it weird when you
Yeah.
think about the fact that it's like, dude, how many parts of our lives do we do because it feels good, regardless, and then we make up a reason for it.
right.
You know, it's like, why do you do this thing? Because it gives me a tickle. Like it's like snuff. You remember like snuff boxes? You guys know what that stuff was? Okay, people used to take.
I'm a degenerate, so you don't want to know what I think about when you say snuff.
Okay, keep going.
Jesus Christ, I can't. Oh, all right. So they used to take this stuff in these little boxes, and you could find these things like antique stores, snuff tins, and they would like I don't even know what snuff was at the time, but they would take it and they would stuff it up their nose. specifically to make themselves sneeze.
Okay. Well,
Say why? Because it felt good to sneeze.
Now, see,
really?
that I don't get.
Like Truman Capote once said that the closest thing to a natural function that's close to orgasm is sneezing.
Okay.
Apparently, people have known that for a long time because they enjoyed it so much. There was a whole cottage industry, 2 industries propped up, which is the snuff and the snuff tins. And people would carry things around. Every so often, they would take one out, take a little bit of it out, stick it with their nose, sneeze, and be like, ooh, that felt good, and move on.
Yeah, see, I may need to see a doctor or something because sneezing, it's not a terrible feeling.
My
but
sneezes
it
are
hurts.
huge. Like, I can break a facial bone very easily.
Yeah, like
when I
I
sneeze.
Like there have been times when I've sneezed and my back is cracked.
Yeah.
That was the best one though.
That's terrible.
That was the best one.
Can we talk about something else? Y'all are making me really uncomfortable right now.
Well, now I don't want to. Now I want to keep going. Like,
Why do you want to make me uncomfortable?
let's talk about oral fixation.
When
Let's
the-
talk about
when the-
why are cigars dick shaped?
when the when the pirate on the podcast is uncomfortable.
Why are all the best foods
Well,
dick shaped? Why are corn dogs a thing? Why? What? What about popsicles? Do you know that frozen popsicles used to be a luxury item?
Got a popsicle for you.
They used to be a luxury item.
Yeah, because it was so hard to keep foods cold, and so only rich people had like frozen desserts. And so if you had like a bomb pop or some shit, it's like, oh god, well, look at Rockefeller over here with his goddamn bomb pop in the middle of summer.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure. Yeah.
But it could have been anything. It could have been like, crushed up in a cup. Instead, they made it in shape of a dick, put on sticks, and shoved this in your face hole.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
I mean, it seems like a natural progression of evolution. Look at how many vegetables
Are dick shaped?
are dick shaped.
Let's see, cucumbers, zucchinis.
Okay, but see, now y'all are implying a connection that isn't there.
yeah, that's not there.
Yeah,
I don't think that's there.
It's not there.
Like I don't think that people appreciate dick shaped vegetables that much.
No, I don't think people appreciate dick-shaped anything that much.
I do believe people appreciate dick shaped stuff.
Well, even vegetables too, because you got stores that their automated algorithms, right? Going on that topic, on their automated algorithms, they have them print signs. Say, place this at bin location here. Well, the sign says perfect for Valentine's Day, and the bin location is for the cucumbers.
Wow. Speaking of Valentine's Day,
Valentine's Day.
when is that? That's coming up.
That's a week.
Yeah, I don't. My wife just recently was like, you know what? Hey, Valentine's Day is happening, and it's on Friday.
Yeah.
And on that day, we can get rid of the kids that day and go out. Mm-hmm. And my daughter's like, yeah, you guys can go out to a romantic dinner. Mm-hmm. And I was like, fuck both of you.
Yeah.
If I want to get rid of you and go out for dinner with my wife, I do that anytime. I don't need a special day to do it.
Right.
I am not celebrating Valentine's Day. I never have, never will. It's bullshit. I refuse. Like if we go out that night, it's not because of Valentine's Day. We were going to go out because it's dope to go out.
Yeah.
I will not say I love you because of V-Day. None of that shit's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't celebrate that shit.
I just want to point out that both Valentine's and venereal disease start with a V. So there's your.
That's a good point.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. I think it's the same way. It's a thing that's spread and it's bad.
I just think it's a negative connotation. Yeah,
I think you
exactly.
are going to celebrate it. I think you're going to make another kid. I think you're going to have
Fuck,
your third.
no.
I think you're going to have your third kid.
See, I'm about to fucking bleed him out right here on the middle there. Like that is some bullshit right there. You
Yep.
bite your goddamn tongue off.
No,
Curse,
go ahead.
Curse that sentence he just said, Lord.
I mean, I'm just saying. Like,
God, Jesus,
I have three.
strike that sentence from the universe.
I have
Better
three.
watch out,
Mike
but they go
has
full
4,
Baptist.
and you only have 2.
Listen, I was a smart one.
Yeah. Well,
I
I mean,
I
you
stopped it
can
too.
say that, but like
I'm saying it. God
I
damn
mean-
it. No.
I think it's still
No.
debatable.
I think it is too.
Fuck that.
I think his wife. I think his wife's going to get him into bed on V-Day
Shit.
and get child number 3.
Shit. Just have to chase my ass down to get that sperm.
Could you imagine if like you had a Baptist preacher who did that, like combined Baptist preacher with the corner drug dealer, right? In the name of Jesus, shit.
That is how they're already combined. There's no Baptist preacher on the
To be fair, I've not gone to many churches with a black preacher, but I've never heard a black preacher go, shit.
Walk up to a Baptist preacher in the middle of church and just take a picture of his suit and then go down to the corner and take a picture of the pimp.
Yeah.
They're dressed exactly the same.
Generally, they're identically the same person,
and they're probably the same guy.
Yeah, I mean, the corners are like not busy on Sunday.
No,
because all the pimps are in church.
All the pimps are in church. They talking to the other.
They're
hoes.
Preaching.
Yeah, I mean,
what's the first thing about the preacher? Say, hey guys, hey, the Lord is with you today.
Yeah,
how's my flock doing? Listen, I heard y'all didn't tithe your 10% this month.
Right.
The Lord don't like that. Don't make the Lord bring out the goon hand.
The Lord gonna go upside your head.
It's the oldest con in the book. It's a good,
it really is.
It's a good one too. I mean, you can't be mad about it.
Dude, I remember
that just makes that makes the entire laying of hands. Right,
that's what it's all about.
It's all about going upside the head for not tithing.
And what happens? Like, dude, if you look at it when it happens. Like, go to YouTube, look at some videos.
The faith healers
laying on hands. They don't just put their hands on you. They smack the hand on the face, and then that motherfucker better fall. If you don't fall, we're gonna hit it harder. Right, you gotta go now.
And if it was a really good smack, right, you writhe on the ground and speak in tongues.
Like it was like I remember going to a baptism at a white church, and they like get the water and like put it on their get in a little cup and like pour it on the person's forehead. In the name of the Father, the Son, and Holy Spirit. Like what the fuck is that? You didn't get off no sin with that. You got to get a pool, grab the motherfucker by his throat, put him in the water until he struggles,
right,
and then bring that. That's how you know you got the sin off of him.
Well, see,
that's the black way.
But see, I don't know what white church you went to because like where they were, it was basically a version of waterboarding where I went. And it wasn't like a little cup, right? They like grabbed you by the back of the neck, right, and then put a hand on your chest and forced you down backwards into the water.
Yes, exactly.
And then held you there.
Yes.
Well, I don't know about y'all.
That's how I got baptized.
Right. I don't know about y'all, but like the hardest part of that is about being on your back.
Yeah.
I can be underwater for as long as I need to be. But when you put me underwater on my back, my first instinct is to try to breathe through my nose.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like, basically, you're, like, thrashing around in there, like, fucking drowning.
Yes, you're
drowning. The dude is standing above you, like, looking at you like, did I get all the sin off? Is it? No, he's still struggling. Let's keep him under.
Dude, I remember.
Jesus, is that you?
At my church, the baptismal font is right behind the choir, which is in the middle of this fantastic, the word I'm looking for, sanctuary.
Yeah.
Fantastic sanctuary. The church choir is in the middle of it, and right behind that is a baptismal font with this fresco of Jesus coming out of the river.
Yeah.
And you walk back there, and the pool is up to your waist. And right in front of the church, they see like everyone's focused on you in the middle, and you're high above where everybody sees are looking up at you.
Yeah.
And they do what Ben just said. They place you on your back with your hands folded and stick you under the water. And the first thing that you realize when you're on your back underneath the water is he could actually kill me in front of everyone.
Right.
Like there's nothing I can do to stop my death.
Right.
And you're a child, and so for a moment you think, all right, this is it. This is how they do it. They send you to see Jesus, and then Jesus either says up or down. And if it's up, you come up. If it's down, you don't come up. I came up, and so I walked blindly, soaking wet to the back, and grabbed a towel. All that to say, guys, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but I am saying pimps and preachers do the same shit. Like I'm not saying that it's bad. I don't know that prostitution's bad. It's a good business, model as far as making profit.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's a product that is sustainable.
Okay. On a completely different topic, what is this Texas 2 that is trending on Twitter?
I don't know. I haven't been on Twitter in the last 5 minutes, so I don't know what that is. Maybe we should look at that after a break. Let's take a quick break.
Doesn't matter if you're cooler, hottest in the quad is all present, better lose a box. Doesn't matter if you're cooler, hottest in the quad is all present.
Okay, you're back with Texas children. Fuck me in the ass. We're back with Tattoo with Children. We were just talking about Texas 2 trending on Twitter. Okay, so sometimes Twitter does this thing where they'll see something, and then it's funny,
right?
And so it trends just because it's on Twitter. And this is one of those things. Texas 2 is apparently a German got bored and tried to name all the states of the United States.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it, so he just started naming shit weird stuff and got carried away.
Yeah,
and so he has Texas, which is 100% sure this is Texas. He's including a good portion of New Mexico with that.
Right.
And then he called Minnesota Texas 2. In other words, another Texas.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is all in good fun, but Twitter just took off with it. And so Texas 2 is trending all over the place where people are like, yeah, another Texas.
Yeah.
It's like I do agree that you can't never have another Texas. Texas is the best place ever, but it's just kind of fucking funny.
It is pretty wild because it's literally taking over the internet right now, and everybody is so excited. See, this gets back to my theory that somebody's trying to kill us.
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
I think it's the internet,
and I think it's a very specific someone, and I don't know who that someone is, but they stopped the Marvel universe.
Okay.
Then they stopped Star Wars.
Right.
What are we supposed to believe in 2020?
Wait, the Marvel universe is still going.
Is it though?
I mean, we got another movie.
No.
You've got a pretty heavy conclusion, but now they're going back and doing some other things. Like they're going and doing May 1st is the Black Widow movie.
Yeah,
and kind of a backstory for her.
But I understand that, but it's just a backstory because the universe is already over.
Right.
Well, they're doing Morbius.
I understand that, but it doesn't. But see, no one's going to care. No one's going to go because the story's already over. See, I'm talking about popular culture.
Feeling it. Yeah, I'm feeling it.
So like Star Wars is over. Yeah. Marvel's over. Like, what am I supposed to believe in 2020?
Maybe they got something different. Maybe they got this all lined up.
But that's my thing. Is like what? But this is what I think. This
you
is
have
why
no faith in Disney.
This is why the internet is like losing its shit over Texas 2 because we don't have anything to believe in right now.
By the way,
what are we going to do?
My wife, by the way, is lobbying real hard for Disney Plus.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
My wife and child are lobbying real hard for Disney Plus. It's not happening.
I don't know why you're so negative about Disney Plus.
Okay, I'm not negative about Disney Plus per se as a service. I think it's fine if people want to do that.
Sure.
But I have so many services that I sign up for.
Yeah.
It's like, why couldn't Disney Plus just be a part of Amazon or be a part of Hulu or be a part of Netflix?
It is part of Hulu
because they're huge. Man.
They have your basic package, and then you can add on the Disney Plus to that.
Yeah, just add it on to Hulu.
So I could add it on Hulu and it'd be one thing.
Yeah, go to your account.
How much does it cost?
It's like,
I forget.
It's like $10 a month, isn't it?
It's not.
Yeah, it's like nothing.
Is if like that's more of a possibility.
But you know what I've been doing? I've just been rewatching like Rescue Rangers.
Well, that's why they want it. They want Disney Plus so they can watch Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah, I mean, like it's great. I mean, like you can go back and watch all those fucking MacGyver cartoons that we used to watch when we were kids.
And I've discovered that a lot of people still love that shit. Like DuckTales is a big thing.
Yeah,
which I had no clue that DuckTales was a thing that anybody younger than age 40 would even be aware of.
So they don't bundle it with the basic package. They bundle it with the no ads package, right? So
I have the no ads package.
Right? So it's $18.99 a month as opposed to $11.99 a month.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Okay.
$18.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
then-
it's not a terrible price.
I mean, we got a good deal because we paid basically $70-something before it came out,
Yeah.
and now we have Disney Plus for 3 years.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. But if
like
you,
I can see it happening in that scenario where I have it on Hulu. I just didn't want to sign up for another thing. Same reason why I don't do HBO Go.
Okay,
Right.
but see, I do HBO, Showtime, and one more. I forget which one.
Stars.
Stars. Yeah, I do those three through Amazon.
Through Amazon. Like I
Yeah.
had Stars for a while because I had to watch American Gods.
Right.
I had to watch that, and I had Showtime for a while to watch Billions.
Right. I do both of those through my Amazon Prime account just because, I mean, again, there's some shit on there that nobody else is making.
And I will say, it is important, guys, to do these subscriptions. Like I don't want to say I want everybody to think that I don't think you should do subscriptions for your television services. You absolutely should. Like don't do cable. That's too expensive. Do the whole Amazon thing and then just get the HBO package or the Showtime package or the Stars package, the PBS package, wherever it is. Do it that way.
Yeah.
Because A, the provider makes more money that way,
Right.
and B, you get exposure to things directly that you may miss otherwise. In other words, if you're waiting on scheduled programming out of HBO, Showtime to come up on cable,
Right.
it's going to be a shitty wait.
Right.
Whereas on these other platforms, Amazon, Hulu, or what have you, you get that exposure that you can actually use. And some of these things that we actually need to be watching. I think that we're in that era now where our media is an important part of our lives rather than just a part of entertainment. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like I told you guys before. I mean, I think HBO is worth it just for Watchmen.
Yeah.
I think that's possibly the best one-off season of a comic book I've ever seen.
Do you watch Westworld?
I did, yeah. Back when it was Westworld was pretty amazing.
Is it not amazing anymore?
No, they haven't put out anything in a year and a half.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it had stopped.
Well, it's not supposed to have, but it's a really difficult. No, it's totally worth it. Westworld, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I go back and watch Billions. I just started Billions again, just because it's one of those random shows that can clear my head.
Right.
Like I don't get too invested because it's just such an odd amalgamation of characters. But yeah, I mean, Westworld was great. Westworld gave me a lot of apprehension, a lot of anxiety.
Well, I think it's all about the singularity.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Westworld is the thing that we're most afraid of.
Right.
Because we know for a fact this is going to happen.
So the one that I haven't bought yet is CBS.
Okay. That's Picard.
Yeah,
Is the
Picard.
show.
And I haven't bought that yet just because, quite frankly, CBS doesn't have a great track record.
They don't.
Right.
I mean, it's not that I don't think Picard wouldn't be good.
I think it's probably great.
It may be.
but it's the only thing.
Right. It's
Yeah.
the only thing. And they had that Star Trek show, 3 years ago?
Discovery.
That lasted 2 years and then stopped.
Yeah, I don't know if they're actually bringing it back.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
mean, and that's my problem
Yeah.
with CBS. They think old school. See, again, this wraps us all the way. This is how we come back around to politics again.
Yeah, it's back around to
CBS is running their business old.
and they've been doing CBS was running their business old when they started.
Yeah,
Like they were the old network when the other networks were old.
Like for the last 30 years, CBS has been a network that is watched by old people.
yeah.
Yes.
Watch. In other words, can you guys make a show for more than 5 years? Can y'all not do that?
They'll make one show. Like if it's like
They did what,
CSI or NCIS
Yeah,
or something
right,
like that. They'll
right.
last for 20 years or some shit like that. But they won't do anything different other than that.
Right, and
It's
those shows.
extraordinarily episodic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that shit is, but it's also super old. It's like fucking Matlock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
yes,
not,
like
I'm
a
not,
Matlock
I'm not
or Murder,
watching,
She Wrote.
I'm not watching Matlock, dude. I'm not
Right.
watching 28 seasons of Matlock. I'm sorry, it's the same goddamn
Right.
episode every
Touched
time.
by an Angel.
Right. I'm not doing it.
You
Like-
got a show called Touched by an Angel today. There's going to be some.
There's gonna be some-
Me Too's going on.
Especially
Dude.
when all the angels were like bearded and wore flannel.
Touched by an Angel
who
would
was
be
that
an
actress?
OnlyFans account right now.
Della Reese was one of the angels.
Della Reese was not on that show.
I thought she was on that one.
I
that
think
Touched
she,
by an Angel?
I think she was on that
Oh,
show.
that was
Yeah,
Touched by an
yeah, it was
Angel. You're
Della
right.
Reese. She was
yeah,
like-
it was Della Reese.
But she was like not one of the permanent ones. Ben's right. Most of them were like, you know,
They were all-
bearded lumberjack men.
There was one like
Yeah.
cute little female angel that kind of went around talking soft a lot,
Yeah.
trying to save drug addicts,
Right. I'm sure there was.
wasting her goddamn
Oh,
time.
and then
But the rest of the episodes were fucking Michael Landon and his bearded friend.
you're talking about Highway to Heaven.
I'm talking about Highway to Heaven?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
You know about Michael Landon's Highway to Heaven.
I probably
but that's another great
See,
example.
they had that, and at the same time they were running Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. And,
Jesus Christ!
Oh my god.
Yeah, with Jane Seymour.
Yeah.
Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman.
And then
oh my
when
God.
that era ended, they tried to get back to something that was
How
like
did they
newer,
make
but the
a-
same thing, right?
Right.
And they went to early edition.
how did they make a fucking television show about killing Indians?
Right.
There was like literally the whole show was about the genocide that they tried to perpetrate against the Native American people.
It was how women masturbated in the 90s.
Oh my God. He's
It was
right.
it was the only way, dude.
Dude, they would like
Dr. Quinn
housewives.
Medicine Woman. Like right now, today, I guarantee you, if I go on Twitter right now and say Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman sucks, I'll be banned from Twitter in like 45 seconds.
from angry,
from
angry, desperate housewives
Yes.
coming at you.
Yeah.
Pitchforks ablaze. And Dr. Quinn Medicine, that was genius.
Yeah, the only
Right.
worst thing you could do is go in there and start bad mouthing friends.
Right.
Maybe that's what happened to relationships. Maybe it was Dr. Quinn. Maybe if you take Dr. Quinn, Hillary Clinton, and The Notebook.
Yeah, that's how
Oh,
they,
that was way after.
Yeah,
That was way after.
Nick Sparks, good old Nick Sparks, saving abusive relationships everywhere.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. This got off track. We went to so many different places today. I loved it. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you did too. This has been Tattoo with Children. You can find Tattoo with Children on Facebook at Tattoo with Children. You can find us on Instagram at Tattoo with Children. You can find us on Twitter at Tattooed With. You can find me on Twitter at Hunter Vanguard. One word, Hunter Vanguard. You can find me on IG at Madara Shadow. You can find Ben on IG at Black Crow Brother and also at Black Spot Tattoo Company. Which you may want to do to go ahead and tell him what you think about his comments today. You can find Mike Payne on IG at CAO Payne and also at Payne.points. It's Payne spelled Payne. You can go ahead and find us and listen to us anywhere you can. I think we're everywhere at this point where they can show a podcast. You can also go to Podchaser and give us a like if you like us. Some of you do, as you've told me. Some of you do. Go ahead and tell Podchaser that you like me. That would be great. That will increase my exposure and make this whole process much more easy and rewarding. You can also drop a direct support in the form of ducats, in the form of cheese, in the form of cash, the thing that rules everything around me, at Patreon. That's what I'm talking about. Patreon.com.
Yeah, Patreon.
Patreon. Let's go to patreon.com and do a surf tattoo with children. Will pop up, and that's about it. Guys, this is always a fun time for me. Believe it or not, when I don't do this, when I don't do these podcasts, I get very upset. So I'm going to keep doing them. Don't ever think that I'm going to abandon you. I won't do that. You know I love you guys. Remember to take care of yourselves as much as you take care of everyone else. And remember that I love you.
See you
Later.
We were born to bring it back, but it's more than basic. It's a portion of its rap, but the core is ancient. It's supported like a pack of some more observations. They're important like the fact that we're bored of fake shit. More creative, have the floor, so take it. Travel to the tour is a normal placement. Tattoos on